Good morning. Welcome to the Daily Connection.
You're listening to WDJL Huntsville, Gospel Explosion, the dream of change, where Jesus is our joy.
Good morning, Pastor. How you doing?
Good morning, faithful. It's a thankful and terrific Thursday. A great day to be alive in the Lord, sharing the good news.
Well, I know you got some news that we can use, so I'm going to sit back and receive this powerful word from you. Tennessee Valley, get ready for Pastor Mark Barrows with Christ in Action. Take it away, Pastor.
All right, indeed. Delighted to be sharing the good news this morning. Welcome to the Daily Connection. As we do indeed declare Christ, He is the center of our joy. He's the center of our message. He in us is the eternal hope of glory. God's purpose and design in redeeming us to Himself and assuring for all time and eternity the cause of His covenant with His Son Jesus that He made from the foundation of the world, that He would come into this world to represent all of our case and cause as He put on flesh and blood just like you and I, it says in Hebrews chapter 2, that He might become a merciful and faithful high priest and the captain of our salvation and leading many sons unto glory. So what He came to do, the life He came to give, was to continue to give life as a seed for all of humanity. For God's love and purpose for us was to have His kind of life and to know His loving kindness, His tender mercies, to see exceeding riches of His grace. And He did it in the kindness that He would show us and continues to show us in His Son, Jesus Christ. Well, friend, accordingly, as God Himself is a giver, love always answers the mail, is what we say. It always rises to the occasion. It is a solution finder and a solution maker and a solution giver. And so then we too are called, just we are loved children of a loved God, to be those who are constantly providing an answer, a solution, and being the source of that in this world. That's what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5. You're the light of the world, the salt of the earth, a city that's set upon a hill that cannot be hidden. In other words, we're planted in this world just as Christ has been planted in our hearts to be a difference maker, a game changer in this world as He works in us and transforms and changes us. Well, friend, that work in us focuses us to do something with what we have. Yes, to do something with what we have. As we've been talking about seeds, one of the things that is so important to realize in life is not so much what you have, but what you do with what you have. It's not so much what you know, but what you do with what you know. In fact, maturity is not measured by your possessions or by what information you have, what knowledge you have, but how do you use what you have? Do you use it purposefully, intentionally? Do you use it to the glory of God? Do you use it to shape your life and to benefit others? And so then Jesus Himself said in Matthew chapter 5:25, verse 29, for the man who uses well what he is given shall be given more, the man or woman, and he or she shall have abundance. But from the man who is unfaithful, even what that little responsibility he or she has shall be taken from him. Not so much that God is a taker, God is a giver, but the principle is that what you have, you must sow in order to see a harvest. Otherwise, eventually, you will lose ground. And because the world requires and life requires that you give, whether you desire to give or not. And if you're one who turns inwardly and just holds on to whatever you have, never giving it away, it will begin to wane and expire on you. So it's so important to have the mindset of a giver and to continue to give. He also said, he is faithful over few things, shall be made ruler over many. So then God increases us as we continue to take what we have and we sow it. An example of this was Moses when he was sent to Pharaoh down in Egypt to carry out his assignment to be the agent of God to release the people of Israel out of Egypt. As Moses began to question his ability to go back and stand before Pharaoh, he had a rod in his hand, and God asked him, "What is it you have in your hand, Moses?" And God began to use that which Moses had, his staff, and to do great signs and wonders and miracles, even to the point as the enemy pursued them as they stood at the Red Sea. He told him to stretch it out. And as he stretched it out, you know what happened? God opened up a way and he closed the enemy and destroyed them behind him that day. In like fashion today, friend, what you got in your hand? What are you doing with what you got? Yes, it's bread to eat, but it's also seed to sow. Use what you got, friend, for the glory of God, for your benefit and the well-being and the benefit of others, and you'll see the increase of God as he continues to get the glory in your life. This has been an outreach of Connected Church. Connect with us, connected-church.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. There you'll find these and other encouraging words to build you up in your faith in God and his love for you, the identity that you have in him, that we're the difference that makes the difference that God desires, we desire, and the world needs. So we awaken his purpose of knowing him and his love for us, and mobilize his mission of making him known and sharing his love with others. That's good news on this thankful Thursday morning.
Well, all right, Pastor. Thank you for that powerful word, and you continue to be blessed and have a great day on purpose.
Yes, ma'am. That's it. On purpose today. And thank you for the dream of change. And we'll talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Hey, go in the ability of God and what he has given you today. It's sufficient for what is before you. What God wants from you, he's given to you. And when you use it, he'll multiply it, increase it as you do so in his name and for his glory and for the benefit of others. We'll talk to you again. Have a great day.